Bless, an empowering podcast spotlighting women in leadership. A weekly look at some amazing women leaders, mentors, role models, change makers, community advocates, presidents, CEOs, executive directors, and boss ladies. These women are women that lead. Every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Streaming live, facebook.com/Lady Be Bless, youtube.com/Lady Be Bless.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Women Wednesday with your host, Lady Be Bless. I am so happy to be here today. Everyone that got it locked in, you're locked in on Facebook at Lady Be Bless. You're locked in on Facebook at the Global Progressive Women Network, and you are on YouTube at Lady Be Bless. I want to thank the Global Progressive Women Network for sponsoring Women Wednesday with Lady Be Bless. How are you guys doing? How was your week so far? We know we are at Hump Day, the middle of the week, and that's when we delve into Women Wednesday. So we have with us today a very special guest, one of my Caribbean girl now. You know, I gotta lick the accent. You know, I'm a Caribbean girl, but I'm from Guyana and she's from Trinidad. So we're like sisters, you know, because if you can't get a Guyanese to make you some roti, you better go to Trinidad because they're doing it. They're doing their thing. So we have the host, Queen Sheba. She is from K is for Knowledge, which is a podcast on all your podcast download. So I'm going to bring her on and she'll be able to tell you guys all about that. Queen Sheba, how are you this afternoon? Good to see you. Hello.
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you for having me.
It is a pleasure to have you here today. You're looking wonderful.
Thank you. You do too.
Well, thank you. You know, I got to bring out the pearls.
Yes.
K is for Knowledge. What we're going to do, we're going to start out. You're just going to tell us a little about yourself, your background. I said you were born in Trinidad. Tell us about that. And then we're going to go into your work as a podcast host. So tell me, who is Queen Sheba?
All right. I am from Trinidad and Tobago. I live in the United States in Tennessee. My background is graphic designs, websites, flyers, marketing promotions. And I started my podcast last year. And my podcast is about motivating and empowering small Black businesses. So I bring small Black businesses on my podcast, and I help them promote their business, promote their products, and I also help them with their marketing as by sharing their information all over my social media platforms. So Case for Knowledge podcast is all about empowering, inspiring, and just motivating other small Black businesses, upcoming Black businesses, entrepreneurs, and even businesses who's already established. And that's what we are about. Thank you.
Tell me about yourself. Tell me about some of the things that you like, some of the things that you enjoy. Are you hearing me? I know I'm off the screen. Okay, good. So tell me about some of the things that Kate likes to do, like, some of your activities before we get into the gist of the podcast.
Okay, so I do like traveling. I like meeting people. My background is Caribbean, Trinidadian, so I keep up with my culture. I know
that's right.
And I cook. I keep up with the Caribbean cooking, the pilau, the curry chicken, stuff like that. I like tennis. I like watching tennis. I like playing tennis also in the summertime. I do play tennis. I love karaoke. because I cannot sing, but I just love the vibe that I could even get up there and try.
I'm the same way, girl. Just give me a mic.
Give me a mic and that's it. It's on and popping.
I don't care if you don't like the way I sound, whatever, that's on you. So Sarah King Kitchen says, hello, Lady Be Blessed. Hello, Sarah. How are you? Thanks for joining us. If you guys have a question for Queen Sheba, just put it in the comments. She's watching us on YouTube. Just pop it in the comment and, we'll be able to answer that for you. And all my people that's watching in the Global Progressive Women Network and also on I Am Lady Be Blessed. Hi, how you guys doing? So we talked about Trinidad and Tobago country. How is that growing up in Trinidad and now living in the U.S.?
Well, growing up in Trinidad was amazing for me. Like, I had an amazing life. I had a grandmother that just made her life all about me and my sister. So we was always good. She always made sure that we was good. And, I had a village around me because I had my uncles and my aunts and stuff. So they fill in where she couldn't be at sometimes. So they would pick up the, they had her bag, they had our bag, my whole family, they make sure we was okay and make sure we didn't need for anything. And then at a young age, my grandmother started taking us around the world, just traveling to Puerto Rico and Venezuela and America and all these different places. And yeah, so I love growing up in Trinidad. You could be outside, you have so much freedom. You're doing,
I know, right?
You can ride bike and you could play tennis and cricket and have a childhood.
Yeah, man. I know.
Yeah, so America is so different. It's so different. And
how old were you when you came to America?
Actually, when I first came, when my grandmother first brought us here to live with our parents, I was like 8 years old. And
okay, I was 8 when I came here too.
So when she was walking out that door to go back to Trinidad, I was ready to walk out the door. I never wanted to stay. Like, I've been back, I would cry, and then I didn't like the schools. The kids were so mean. I have my accent.
Oh my God. Same experience.
It was
what year did you come?
90, I don't know, 92, I think.
In the 90s. Okay, so you came in the 90s, which was
actually I came before the 90s because I was 8 years old. But then when I went back, I cried so much to go home. They finally got tired of me crying and sent me home. I called Trinidad. Okay. I left my mom and my dad here, and I went back to my grandmother because that's what I know. That's who I know.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I came back.
I came in the 70s.
Yes. So we tried it again, and I didn't last probably like a year, and I was ready to go home again. And then we tried it a few years again. So I live both places. I live in Trinidad. I live here. I go to school here. I go to school there. So I was always back and forth. But when I finally stayed, is when I was 20 years old. Yeah.
Then you were old enough. You're like, okay, it's all right.
Yeah. But it was different because like I wasn't used to a lot of things. I don't know about going to the laundromat and washing clothes, and I didn't know how to even operate the machines. It was terrible.
My thing is that I didn't know how to use the escalators. I tell you, fall off the escalators when we first came, girl. I didn't know what this was. Stepping on the escalators was like so traumatic. Like these stairs are literally moving and you want us to get on these stairs.
Yeah.
And another thing, I know when you first come, because when I first came, it was January. So the snow and the cold, it was traumatic.
Oh, it was hard. It was, to this day, I do not like the cold. I do not like the cold. Yes. I do not like the snow. I don't want to play in it. I don't want to drive in it. I don't want to walk in it. I'm not interested in it. So.
We came to Chicago. So you can imagine the cold.
Oh my gosh. And I came to New York. I lived there for 10 years when I decided to finally stay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 10 years.
I lived in Brooklyn for 10 years too, but I was in the late 90s, early 2000s.
That was the good days.
Yes. Oh, girl. Prospect Park, Flatbush, King's
Yes,
Plaza.
yes, yes,
As a matter of
yes.
fact, both of my sons were born in King County.
Oh, that's where my daughter was born, in Kings
Yeah,
County.
both of my sons was born in King County
Yeah,
Hospital. Yeah, Brooklyn. It was. Those were the days. I mean,
good old days.
every day you walk out, I was so thin because we used to
Yeah,
walk Flatbush every day, up and down Flatbush. All the stores, you just park and you walk. And I lived in Canarsie, which wasn't too far from King's Plaza. So
yes.
that was just a walk for us. Every Saturday we're at the plaza.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
it was amazing. It was amazing. So
Yeah,
I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina now. It's different. When I first
yeah.
came here, it was quite different. So how did you get from New York to Tennessee? I don't even want
Actually,
to say it. Tennessee?
I didn't even. I stopped a few places first. One, which will be Virginia. I had
Wow.
my sister there. She was in the military, and yeah, so I stayed there for a while, and then after after Virginia, I came to Tennessee. My actually, you know what? I was in Tennessee 2 times. My mom and sisters and brothers, and they all came out Tennessee. Like, I can't even remember what year that was, but that time the Opry land, they were like hiring people from everywhere, and they was paying good money. You know,
Wow.
everybody came out here and went and worked there. Everybody. I didn't work there though, but everybody went and worked there. And we all had like the same, like we was in the same apartment complex, but we all had our own apartments. Yeah, so we was all neighbors to each other, you know?
Wow, that must have been exciting.
Yeah, so we was like back and forth to each other's house, eating each other food and stuff.
Smelling all of that good food. You know, Caribbean people, it's all about the food. If you're for the
Yeah.
Caribbean people, you could cook. Like, I'm coming to your house. You better have some food ready.
Girl, and my mother, she can make the curry and the roti. Whew,
Ah,
you will not leave that lady alone. I'm telling you.
so now you're in Tennessee, you're
Yeah,
working, and
yeah,
let's come forward a bit. And then
yeah.
you have kids, yes?
I have a daughter.
You have a daughter.
Yeah.
And then so how did it come about that you say one day, okay, I'm gonna do a podcast?
Well, like I said before, my background is in graphic designs, marketing. I've been doing that for years when I came to Tennessee. So a lot of people know me from doing business here. So I used to have a lot of different companies will hire me to do their business cards, their flyers, their websites. And then I started doing t-shirts also, so I was trying to have everything on hand that a business will need. This
Right.
way, you don't have to do 1, 2, 3 here and go somewhere else and get 4, 5, 6. I want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for you.
Now one shop, one stop.
So that's how I started doing business. Long time. I even was like selling t-shirts in the farmers market. Like, I will go out there and go to the money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
You got to make sure that you have money in the bag.
Yeah, and then what I realized was a lot of people need my services. A lot of people, they want to start a business, they don't know how to start a business. They don't know where to start. A lot of people want marketing and they want graphics. So I was like, you know what? For some reason, I'm seeing these podcasts. People keep talking about these podcasters,
Mm-hmm.
these big podcasters. I'm not even going to mention them because they're already out there,
Right?
You're right. I want them to mention me anyway.
Yeah, right. Mention my podcast.
Yes, so I'm not even gonna mention them. But so I was like, what is this thing about this podcast? Everybody keep going crazy about it. So I started doing my research because I'm a researchable person. I will research anything, everything, right? And I write a lot of things down. So I did my research on the podcast, and I was like, wow, it's a good idea. I could reach more people, and I could also help people. And the time when I started is around the time when we was doing the buy black, everything
Yeah,
black,
yeah.
shop black. I was like, all right,
Black.
black, right? So I said, well, let me start my podcast for Black entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Let me help the Black people who want to start their business. They don't have the money for marketing. They don't have the money for promotion. These Facebook ads and all that is very expensive. It adds up.
Yes.
So I say, I know how to do all these things that they need, right? Let me do my research on the podcast, how this run, and boom. I started that, and then I started inviting small businesses, upcoming businesses, entrepreneurs, even activists, people who are doing good things in the community. I want them on my platform. So now they come on my platform, and I don't even charge people to come on my platform. All I tell everybody is just become a sponsor. This way I could keep elevating my show, and I could keep on bringing amazing Black people, amazing entrepreneurs on my show, right?
Right,
so,
exactly.
Yes, so that's what I started doing. I was having these small businesses. I even had established business owners on my show, and I was like, wow, okay, you know?
And it feels good, though. It feels good as entrepreneurs starting out and people are taking an interest in what you're doing. Like, I saw the podcast. I have my podcast on Anchor. Women Wednesday it's rebroadcasted and it's podcast out. And when I was going through some podcasts, I saw K for Knowledge, and I started listening, and I'm like, wow, this is really cool. So I got in touch with Queen Sheba and said, hey, what's up, girl? Let's do this. And she's like, Lady B, I'm so nervous. Are you still nervous?
You're making me feel better.
At home, girl. We are home.
Yeah.
All we missing is some roti and some curry chicken.
Yeah, next time, though. Next time.
After COVID. We're going to meet in between Tennessee and North Carolina.
We have to. We've been knowing each other for like, oh my God.
Facebook friends forever, yeah?
Jesus Christ. And look at us now. We're coming together and doing a show.
Yes. Everyone is saying hello, everyone. Could you see the comments?
Hi, Donica. Hi.
They're on the side on the screen.
Thank
everyone
you,
is saying hello.
Thank you, queens and kings. Yes.
Blessings. Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Okay, so how did you come up with the name? K is for knowledge. And I love your logos and everything. How did you come up with the name and the logo?
Okay, so I have a friend that's on the radio station here. And so now I decide, okay, I'm going to do my podcast. I'm going to have these business owners on there. I'm going to have them talking about their products and everything, right? So now I got to take my own advice as starting a business, right? And I had to come up with a logo. I had to come up with a name. So I was like, I went through so many names. I had Unapologetic K. There's so many names I was going through. And my daughter was like, mama, that's too mainstream. Everybody is out there with Unapologetic.
Everyone is using that. Yes.
So I have a friend on the radio, and I message him, and I say, what's up, brother? You're from Africa, right? And I said, so this is what I'm doing. I'm starting my podcast, this, that. He's like, wow, sis, yes, you, this, that, the other. Anyway, so I said, but I'm having a hard time, like, coming up with a name that suits me, you know? I need some help. And he say, okay, now you know. That's what he said. He said, you got so much knowledge, you know, so much stuff. Okay, if you don't name your podcast Case for Knowledge, I'll be mad at you. I said,
perfect.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, you onto something there. And that's how I came up with the name. He gave me that name.
Wow.
Yes. And then
how'd you come up with the logo? I wish I had a copy of the logo I could show people, but I didn't download the logo. How'd you come up with the logo? It's wonderful. It's a lovely logo. I love it.
Thank you. So, you know, like I said, you know, I do the graphic designs, right? So I tell myself, because of my research, I see so many podcasts out there. I had to find a way to stand out, right? So I didn't want to do the traditional headphones or the mic and your name, you know. I was like, I got to go hard on this one. And I was like, let me get creative, because that's what I do. And then that logo is actually a picture of me in a cartoon form.
Oh, really?
Yes,
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's actually me. I will send you the picture that I took the design off of is with the same hairstyle and the bun, and it's me in that picture, but it's a cartoon of me. Well, you know, a little slimmer version because you know pandemic, honey.
Hey, if anyone do my cartoon, they better make it at least 40 pounds lighter.
This pandemic has been crucial. Oops, sorry. But anyway, so that's what I did, and then I wanted to stay cultured, and I didn't want it to do it like it's a Trinidad podcast, because I want it to be for everybody, right? I didn't want it to just be Caribbean, so I didn't want to use my Trinidad colors. So that's why I went to Africa colors, the red, yellow, green.
Yes,
because I want to be cultured. I want to always keep it culture, always keep up with my culture, always keep up with, you know, my tradition. And that's how I came up with those colors and stuff. Yeah.
I'm going to put the link to the podcast on the Facebook page. I'm going to put it in the chat. So if you're in the chat, you'll see it. www.facebook.com/K is for knowledge. And I'm going to show it here on the screen so you guys could go and see the but come back, go and see it and come right back. So I love it. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at the Facebook page.
Yeah.
And it has the crown, it has the headphone, it has the red, yellow, and green, and it's wonderful. It's nice.
Thank you so much. It's different because how many podcast logos you will see that's looking like that out of all 1,000,001 podcasts out there. So I had to do something out of the box. You know, like you see that logo, you already know it's Case for Knowledge.
Yeah, let me see if I can share the screen so people can see it. Let me see. Share screen. Let's see if it's gonna work. Share screen. And they're giving me tips. Let's see.
Did you share on Facebook? Because people want me to share the live. They want to see it. Can they see live?
Yeah, they can see live. We're on Facebook.com/Lady Be Blessed, Facebook.com/GPW Network. Okay. And let me stop this. Let me cancel it. I have to put it in a different browser in order to share it. Yeah, so let people know. And also we're on YouTube Live. So it's www.youtube.com/Lady Be Blessed. And you could get it live there. We're live now on all 3 of those channels. And that's a powerful with StreamYard. Thank you, StreamYard, for such a wonderful application. Yeah, I got to get props where props is due.
I'm trying to share it.
Oh, yeah. So if you go to the page and click live, it's there. Oh, thank you. Brittany says Britannia said it's beautiful. People are loving the logo. So definitely they're going to the page and checking it out and subscribe to her podcast.
Thank you.
If you could comment, Queen Sheba, you could put it there in the comment. You should be able to comment. Are you seeing it? At the side of the screen?
Oh,
yeah. You could comment. These are where the comments are coming in, so you could comment. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about tips on starting a business. I just heard her podcast, and I was so excited. Her last podcast is Tips on Starting a New Business. So we're going to take a break, you guys, and we'll be back in about a good minute. All right? Hold on.
The Lady Be Blessed Humanitarian Foundation is a USA IRS